Oh, hello there, folks. Welcome to episode 1422 of How You Been with Brett the Mott. I am, of course, your fearless leader, Brett the Mott. Very excited for another fantastic episode of How You Been. And we're going to start this episode the same way I start every single episode, folks. I'm going to ask you guys out there, how you been? Hope you've been well. Lot going on in the world. Lot that we got to worry about. Lot that ain't normal. But what is normal? That's really the question, isn't it? I mean, you could say that it ain't normal for a 55-year-old man to live in a 4-bedroom household with the space for a pool in the back that he ain't built the pool for yet. You could say that it ain't normal for a man who's 55 to cling on to hope that his wife, who he loves dearly, is going to come back with his kids after months and months of her being up there in Pittsburgh. You know? You could say that ain't normal, but I'll be honest with you, I think it is normal. If it weren't normal before now, it is normal now, folks. You know, because we're adaptable species, okay? Human beings, when we were sort of put on this earth, however we was, and I ain't making no judgments for anybody who thinks they know how we was put on the earth, and people who don't think that they know how we've been put on the earth. You know, I ain't gonna try to make anybody believe no religious idea or anything like that. It don't matter how you think we got here, okay? But we're here now, and we gotta adapt to the changing circumstances, okay? We all know that's true. You know, you wake up in the morning and at first you're hungry, okay? The way you act when you're hungry is totally different than the way you act when you ain't hungry. So after you eat your breakfast, you're a totally different person, okay? You could say that eating is like rapid evolution. You know, you go from angry, you go from not being able to, you know, relax at all or whatever. You chow down on a couple slabs of bacon, a little bit of a waffle or something like that, and all of a sudden you're a new man. Or woman, okay? Ladies, you can eat too, okay? And I'm sick and tired of the media making women feel like they can't eat. You know what I mean? You're sitting there watching on the news, and they're like, ladies, don't you dare eat lunch. Don't you dare eat dinner. And I say, ladies, you know what? Have 2 lunches. Have 2 dinners, okay? Sometimes I don't even label my meals. Sometimes I wake up, I just number them. It's meal 1, meal 2, meal 3, meal 4. Some days I get up to about 6, 7 meals. Who knows? Who knows how many meals you get? It depends on how late I stay up. If I'm up till after midnight, I mean, I'm looking at like a 6, 7 meal day. And to me, a meal is multiple items, okay? I'm sick of going to these restaurants and them charging you so much for a la carte, okay? You know what? I don't want my meal a la carte. I want a la carte, okay? When you come out, I want you to bring out all the food and put it in front of me, and I'll eat all of the carte, okay? I'm not trying to get a la carte items, okay? All of the carte. That's what they should change it to. I'm going to start a restaurant called All of the Carte. You know, I'm really excited. You know, last week we made the beautiful, seamless transition into what will be the podcast going forward. You know, we switched from the iTunes, where we did the first 1,420 episodes of the show. Now we're on 1422. Last week, I reconnected with my buddy Dennis, as you all saw. It was, thought it went well. Sort of took a turn for the worse at the end, but that's fine. You know, sometimes things don't go the way you expect them to. And you just got to keep one foot in front of the other, okay? And that's just the way you got to live your life, you know? You got to go one foot in front of the other. It's just the way it is. Had a I thought it was going to be a pretty uneventful week, you know. I did a lot last week, got a lot done. You know, a lot of people say, what you got done wasn't the stuff that you wanted to get done. You messed stuff up, and then you had to fix it, and that's why you had a lot to do. And I say, well, yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why you got a lot to do. If you got a lot to do because you ended up messing some other stuff up and giving yourself more work to do, you still got a lot of work to do, okay? Doesn't make no difference. If you created the work because of your ineptitude, then, I mean, it's still work. You're still busy, okay? And when you're tired at the end of the day and you sit down on your couch, you kick your feet up, you click on the old smart TV and try to find a Netflix app and you try to throw on an episode of The Office or whatever, I mean, don't matter. You had a hard day's work, okay? Yeah, so what? You had to clean up rancid milk from around your front door. Yeah, so what? So freaking what? I mean, it's still work, okay? I had a rough week. But this week, I thought it was going to be uneventful. Been working on sort of sprucing the place up for when the kids come back. Not sure when that's going to be, but I want to make sure that we got something good for them when they do come back. So I've been thinking about putting in a pool out back. You know, I got a hole in the ground that I made a couple years ago thinking I was going to put a pool in there. And I was like, you know, maybe now's the time to finish the job. You know, I only got the 3 shifts at the hardware store, so I got time to do it. So I've been doing some research. And turns out, I mean, a pool is a monumental undertaking, folks. I mean, listen, when I started back in the day with a shovel, just digging a hole thinking, hey, I'll turn this into a pool. I mean, I thought I'd get it done, but it's just too much work because you don't think about this. A pool is just a building. A pool's a building that you fill with water, folks. And you haven't never seen anybody put up a building too quick. You know what I mean? It takes a while. You know, you got to lay the foundation. You got to put the steel girders or the rebar down there, the whatchamacallit, the concrete. And I mean, we're talking about concrete. I mean, think about how many different kinds of concrete you got. You got the kind of concrete that they make the road out of. You know, they got the kind of concrete that they make skyscrapers out of. You got the kind of concrete that you can get to make little patio rocks or whatever. So I'm sitting there thinking, well, hell, do I got to call the DOT to come in here and lay some concrete? Because I ain't never done this before. And a lot of people say, Brett, you work at a hardware store. You should know a little thing or two about concrete. And what I say to you is, everything you need to know about concrete to sell it is that, is just what the package looks like. When people say, where's the concrete? You say, aisle 3. Self-stirring concrete. A lot of people say, Brett, doesn't seem like you know very much about hardware. Why have you devoted your whole life to hardware? And I say, does everybody have to know everything about the thing that they love? No, okay? I love a lot of things that I don't know that much about, okay? I mean, geez, I love my wife, but really I don't even think that I know her anymore. If I ever did in the first place, okay? But you can still love something even if you don't know every little intricate detail about it, okay? Like what type of grade is the cement that you're selling me? What kind of grade is it? I don't know. You just make it. This is the stuff you can make little steps in your front door, at your front door. I don't know. Just give me $14.95 for the pack of it. That's cheap as hell. Quit asking questions. But anyway, so I actually started working in earnest this week on actually finishing the pool. And so I've been looking on YouTube. I haven't had time to really do much research. So I figured maybe I might take a second here on stream to watch some videos, because the big question is, I got this huge hole in my ground, and like, you know, you think, well, what kind of shape of pool I want. Well, I found this video on YouTube that I want to watch that is sort of a round versus oval above ground pool situation. And yes, I know that this is not an above ground pool situation because I dug a hole in the ground, but that don't mean you can't put the above ground pool in the hole and make it an in-ground pool. That's all an in-ground pool is. It's just an above-ground pool that got sunk into the ground. So it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. But Here, let's see. We'll just watch this video real quick. I just want to get the basics down because you know, I don't know which is better. So I'll just watch this and I'll try to weigh in when I can. See if things don't make sense. But so it's just called, this video is called Round versus Oval Above Ground Pools. It's on YouTube from the channel Above Ground Pool Builder. You got the number and everything right there on the screen. So if you're looking to talk to the Above Ground Pool Builder guys, then you can call that number and they'll consult you. So let's see what these fellas got to say, huh?
Round versus oval. Choosing the right size pool for my family. So you're not sure if a round or oval above ground swimming pool is right for your family.
This is relatable content. That guy looks like me.
Here you will gain some information about rounds and ovals, as well as the size of the pool that is appropriate for the size of your family.
Okay, so I got 3 kids and a wife who ain't here no more. This is a good jingle too. All right.
Many people often ask, are round pools stronger than oval pools?
That's the question that I asked.
Whenever I'm presented with these questions, I immediately think back to the 80s and 90s, when owning an oval above ground pool was a bit more adventurous.
That's true. When I was a kid, if you had an oval
pools were not built as
people
well.
freaked out.
They had side supports that stuck out on the sides and were not as strong as they were currently built.
Oh my God, you got an oval pool?
Today's
Holy
advancements
shit,
in
let us come over there and go
manufacturing
swimming in it. I bet
owning
you
an
could fit
oval
so many
above
freaking
ground pool
people in it.
today is an excellent choice, especially
Sorry,
when
I missed
compared to
most
an
of this.
in-ground pool. They are similar in many respects, except for the price. You can expect to save thousands of dollars.
Okay. You can save thousands of bucks, okay.
Need? After years of feedback, we have developed a chart that will give you a good idea of how large or small of a pool you will need.
Okay, here we go. This
based
is the
on the
info
number
I
of
need.
swimmers you will have in the pool.
Family size 3 or less.
This chart doesn't
12 by
take into
17
account
oval,
different usages
3
of
or
the
less,
swimmers.
family size 18,
If you are planning to
30,
use an
I
above
didn't
ground
even
pool
get
for
in all
swimming
that.
exercises, then we recommend a larger 27-foot round pool,
27.
or an oval 15 by 30 or larger. Swimmers need more room to exercise.
So see, here's
and even
the thing.
a modest-sized pool
These guys
wouldn't
are
work
freaking
well.
out. Okay. All right, I gotta pause this. Already we're outside of the realm of what I can handle, okay? Because the lowest size hole round that they got in this video is 12 feet. Which, who do they think I am? They think I can dig a 12-foot hole in the ground by myself? No, this hole that I'm putting the pool into is only about, I'd say it's about 2.5 feet deep, about 3.5 feet wide. So, I mean, geez. I guess this is completely out of the realm of possibility for me. So I don't even know if this video is going to even make any sense or even be necessary for me. So I don't know. Maybe this was fucking unnecessary. See, and then you got some other videos over here. You got about how to build a deck around a pool, which, you know, I'd love to do that, but that's a little bit outside of my realm of possibility as well. So let's just we'll finish up the video. Don't want to shortchange the above ground pool builder guys. The video on the stream, so you guys all see the
chart
video.
Is our opinion based on many years in the above ground pool business. Ultimately, it is a personal decision. After installing thousands of above ground swimming pools, specifically when the wall is first erected, our customers always say,
that looks nice.
"Wow, this pool is a lot bigger than I thought it would be."
I'd do something like this, sink that into the ground, and then I would.
Customers often use a pool hose or spray paint on the ground to get an idea of the size and location in the yard.
Okay, this is too much work.
When the wall goes up, it takes some adjusting to see a 52 to 54-inch tall wall in the back.
Never mind. You know what? We ain't gonna do a pool no more. That hole's just gonna stay a hole for now. One of these days, when I make a little bit extra money, maybe I'll pay somebody to come finish that thing up. But you know, kids, if you're watching, which I don't think your mom lets you watch, someday we'll get a pool. Maybe when you come over, I'll spray you down with the hose or something like that. How about that? How's that work? What do we think about that? I think that's about the best we can do. No offense to all you people out there who think making pools is easy. I don't mean to shortchange your feelings, but seems like making a pool actually might be too big of a deal for me. Jeez. So folks, we're not gonna make a pool, it looks like, but you know, every week I try to dip into the old mailbag and grab a question or two from the viewers. We've been receiving some good emails. You could do it. You can send me a question or whatever like that by sending an email to that email that's on screen right there, howyoubeen@gmail.com. And every week I'll hopefully get to at least one question. Maybe sometimes I'll get to more. But we do have a guest coming on shortly, so I don't want to spend too much time on questions, so we'll just take one. We'll take one from the old mailbag, and then we'll move on. So let's see where we got here. How about we'll go with Craig Kleinpeter. Craig Kleinpeter writes, the subject line is, how tall is your dad? Please do not say your own height. Just interested in dads. Now that's an interesting question. I don't know why the hell you need to know this information, Craig, but I mean, I'm a pretty tall dude. I'm about 6'4", 6'5". I'm a little bit afraid of giving you this information because it feels personal and it feels like you're going to do some kind of weird thing with it. Maybe like, I don't know, is there some kind of magic spell that you kids can do if you know an old man's height? Because my dad's still alive. My dad's 88 years old. He lives in upstate Pennsylvania, in a little town that don't even have a name. I guess I'll tell you, my dad's 5'4". I don't get the height from my dad's side. I get the height from my mom's side. My mom is 6'2". And she's about 89 years old. And a lot of people say, holy shit, this is an 89 or a woman in her 80s who's 6'2". I mean, that's incredible. People back in the day weren't that tall. And I tell them, yeah, I know, but my mom, she is tall. She's huge. She's a big old lady, and she's the sweetest lady in the world. You ever been hugged by a 6'2" lady? It feels so good. Honestly, tiny people scare the shit out of me, okay? When I was a kid, my dad used to scare me because he's so short. I'd wake up and I'd walk into the kitchen and he'd be making me some breakfast, first meal. And he'd basically be hiding behind the counter. I'd come around being like, it looks like nobody's awake. Oh, not really. My dad is awake, but he's just standing far enough away from the kitchen island that he disappears behind it. Forced perspective is what they call it. It's forced perspective. But yeah, so it was always very interesting to hang out with my dad growing up because by the time I was 16 years old, I was way taller than him. And so we used to go around, and I've looked the way that I look for my whole life. So when my dad was, let's see, if he's 85, if he's in his 80s, I don't even know how old my dad is. I'm 55, so he had me when he was 30. So he's 46 when I was 16, and we're walking around the mall, and people are coming up to me and saying, oh, wow, look at your boy. Is that your boy? And I say, no, that ain't my boy. I'm his boy. And I said, and we got this whole conversation where they're like, you're kidding me. That ain't your son. You're his son. And I say, yeah, I'm his son. He ain't my son. I'm his son. And my dad, granted, my dad does have a very young sounding voice. He has a disorder that made his vocal cords stay small. So he never had the development of a sort of low timbre. You know what I mean? He's got like still a very boyish voice, which honestly, the dissonance, the cognitive dissonance of calling up my parents' house and hearing what sounds like me as a 12-year-old boy answer the phone, only to remember that it's my dad, is crazy. But anyway, I got into this huge argument with this guy because my dad was small and I was big, and this guy refused to believe that I was his son and he was my dad. He kept saying, no, don't lie to me. I don't know what you'd get out of lying in this situation. And I said, yeah, I don't know what I'd get out of lying in this situation. That's my dad. He's just small and I'm big. My mom's huge is what I would always say. My mom's huge. Back off is what I'd say. I know my mom ain't here right now, but I wouldn't lie to you about how my mom's huge. I hate being called a liar, folks. It's just not nice. But yeah, so Craig, I hope you don't do anything weird with that information. If there's some kind of like voodoo doll that you can make or whatever with my dad's height, I don't want that. My dad's a strong man in his 80s. I think he can handle whatever weird stuff you do to him, but we'll see. Folks, I'm really excited. I haven't talked to my guest since high school, and it's so exciting to have her on. you could say we had a thing. So it's going to be really nice to talk to her because I ain't talked to her in forever. But I got to run. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll be on with my friend from high school, Tina Compost. So stick around for just a couple minutes while we get this thing started. And I'll be back, and we'll have a nice little chat with Tina. So give me just a couple seconds, folks. Just hang tight. All right, here we go. Here we go. Hi, folks. How we doing? Sorry that took a second. My apologies. But like I said, very excited to have my guest on the show today, folks. I ain't talked to her since high school, and I'll be honest with you, it's gonna be so good to reconnect with her. So let me just go ahead without further ado. Introducing the lovely Tina Compost. Tina, hello.
Huh? What?
What's up? What's the problem?
What?
Tina, hey, what's up? It's me. It's Brett. How you doing?
Hi, Brett.
What's going
on? I'm fine. You know what? I'm just swamped. I have 6 cases with Walmart right now. I'm doing so much law. I don't really have a ton of time to talk, okay?
Oh, well, hey, I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. So I know we ain't talked since high school. So I'm assuming now you're a lawyer now, which is like, honestly, that's so good, Tina. I always knew when we was growing up that you were going to grow up to be something truly special, okay? I knew when I saw you in the hallway every single day, I knew that at some point in the future, holy crap, Tina Compost is going to be, she's going to be like Madeleine Albright. That's
it's no longer Tina Compost. My name is Tina Barstool, attorney at law. I'm not Tina Compost anymore. Please don't use that name. I married Ted Barstool, and then I divorced him a few years ago, but I've kept the name because I found that it's very powerful in a court of law.
Okay. So,
hold on. Yes.
What? All you had to do was say yes into the phone. That's all you said hold on for? Tina, listen, I don't want to keep you, okay? I just, the whole point of this
show. That'd be great.
The whole point of this show is to just take a second to see old friends, check in with them, see how they're doing, okay? I got to start it like with how I start all of them. Honestly, you're making me very nervous, okay? You know you always made me nervous when we was in high school. You know that about it. You know.
Are you going to ask me to prom again? Because no.
You say that with such disdain, Tina.
Number 1, no, because we are adults now and we don't have prom.
We don't, but there's still proms out there.
We're not going to go to some child's prom. I'm not going to I'm not going to a random high school as a grown woman with you and dancing and putting my hands on your shoulders, your hands on my waist, and rocking side to side.
That ain't what I'm
not doing that.
Tina, I ain't going to ask you to go to a random high school and do some weird dances that we used to do in high school. That ain't what I'm going to ask you to do.
Okay, what are you going to ask me to do?
I'm going to ask you to go to the prom at my kids' high school so that we can do the dancing that we were going to do, just good dancing. I've been practicing since high school. I've been taking dance classes.
What kind of dance classes? Are you?
Yes, I'm so good at dancing now.
Really?
Yes.
Because from what I remember, and I did not go to prom with you, but I remember being at prom and you were there and you were kissing a trash can. So what kind of dance moves have you learned since then?
I learned to not spin around in circles and get dizzy so that I puke. That's what all I ever had seen was those videos of people spinning around. What's the whirling dervishes? And I thought that's all that dancing was. I didn't know that there was more that you could do. And first of all, Tina, let me just tell you, it ain't weird or anything, okay? I just want to reconnect with an old friend. I'm married. I'm happily married, okay? I'm happily married. My wife, BB, and I...
Where's your wife? I don't see your wife.
She is in Pittsburgh. Because that's where her family is, and she's got plenty to do up there.
I'm sorry, Brett. What's happening with your lighting?
What's happening?
Why do you just have a random little string of twinkle lights behind your head? And it looks like it's behind a lamp. So I don't understand what extra lighting is.
It's for ambiance. I don't want this direct. I was watching all these YouTube videos about how to make people feel comfortable. And they say warm lighting. They say multiple diffuse lighting sources to prevent harsh shadows. And so I went and got a string of Christmas lights and I nailed them into the wall behind me. Okay? Listen, I want to let you know something, Tina. In high school, I never tried. And you were the first person to tell me that. I never actually tried to do anything. But in the last, 2, 3, 4 years, all I've been doing is trying. I swear to God, all I've been doing is trying.
You mean in your life you've been trying?
Oh, yeah.
I have to say I'm inspired to hear that because I really thought being in high school with you, and I told you this, I said, you have not tried, you've never tried, it seems like you're never going to try. I think you should just quit altogether right now. Yeah, because if you're never going to try, then just quit.
See, because what ended up happening was you kept sort of giving what felt like motivational speeches, and then at the end of the motivational speech, you'd be like, but also, there's no hope for you, quit doing anything, just go into a hole.
Objection, leading the witness.
I ain't leading, okay?
I will look it up right now.
Is that a law book you got in there? That looks like...
Yes, it is.
It looks like a dictionary to me.
No, it's law, regional, relating to or characteristic of a region. Take that to the bank.
You just read the definition of regional.
Tina. Oh, does that not apply? Oh, okay. Excuse me. Are you a prosecutor? Are you a state senator?
No.
Are you?
I don't claim to be. I'm a guy who used to own a hardware store, went bankrupt, had to sell it to a guy, and then that guy hired him back. Okay? That's all.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what happened.
Wait, say that again. You're a guy who used to work at a hardware store. You sold it to someone?
I didn't willfully sell it. I went bankrupt and I had to sell it off to make good on my debts. And the guy that bought it was kind enough, Robert, bless up to Robert. He's still alive. I don't know why I said bless up. He agreed. I don't
think I've ever even heard that phrase, bless up.
It's a new one. You've been...
Okay, so Robert's not dead.
No, Robert's very much alive, works at the hardware store, owns it, hired me as a shipper. Tina, I'm going to be honest with you. It feels like we got off on the wrong foot, okay? I'm
just really busy. I have 6 cases with Walmart. Do you understand what that means?
I don't exactly, because it's so not specific. You've got 6 cases
Excuse
with
me.
Walmart.
No, I told you 5 times. No. You have to give them all the folders.
Okay. Tina, can I ask you a question? Okay. And this is a safe space. Are you pretending to be a lawyer to make it seem like you're doing good?
I'm suing you.
Okay. You're dodging the question.
I'm suing you right now.
A lawyer. I think a lawyer.
This is textbook libel. This is textbook.
Even I know that ain't true, Tina. Even I know that ain't true. Libel is written down, and we ain't written anything down, okay?
This is exactly. That's why I said textbook. This is textbook libel, and that's what you're doing, and I'm going to take you to court.
What do you think textbook means? Textbook means exactly the perfect example of.
Exactly, the perfect example of. I know, and that's why I said it. And then you said it has to be written. And what are textbooks? They're written. Okay. So why don't you? I went to Harvard Law class of. I went there all 4 years.
Okay.
And so I just really don't have time for this.
Tina, I ain't going to argue with you, okay? I would love to hear about these 6 cases with Walmart, okay?
Okay, the first one is with the, the eyeglasses store in a lot of Walmarts.
Oh, Lens Crafters or like the knockoff Lens Crafters?
Not Lens Crafters. And it's just like the Walmart eye store.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I know that.
One of the cases is that.
Okay. One of the cases is that.
It's very complex, and I don't have time to go through all the ins and outs of it. And honestly, I'm not really supposed to be talking about it as a lawyer, patient lawyer, confidentiality. I'm not allowed to.
All right. So I ain't a smart guy, Tina. I ain't a smart guy, okay? We both know that, okay? But I'll tell you right now, things seem a little bit fishy with your situation.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry that you feel that, you're looking at me and I've maintained the power and the status that I had in high school and have even added to it by becoming this high-powered corporate lawyer. And meanwhile, you're not. You claim that you've been trying, but I would love to know what's happening with your hair. I want to know why your wife is in Pittsburgh. Now. I really hate it.
What are you talking about?
And I want to know, I don't like it. It's strange.
Well, you ain't the first person who said that to me, Tina. You ain't the first person who said that, okay?
Where is your wife? Why is she in Pittsburgh?
Because, as happens often in marriages, sometimes one party needs a vacation. And they say, I'm going to go up to live with my parents for a little bit to give us both time to relax. And then you say, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Don't do that. Let's figure this out. It's obvious that there's problems that you don't want to deal with. And they say to you, I want to deal with the problems, but it seems like you don't want to deal with the problems. And then you unthinkingly say, exactly. And you don't even think about the fact that you just told them that the truth and you were trying to lie. And then they go up to Pittsburgh and they stay with their family, okay?
And this is a vacation? What you just described is how vacations go for you.
Okay, in legal terms, trial separation.
Now you're speaking my language.
I know. I tried that intentionally. I intentionally decided to
Well,
speak
now
legally.
I get it. And I'm terribly sorry. That must be incredibly painful.
It sucks, Tina, okay? It sucks big time. It sucks real bad. And I'm sitting here thinking, you know what? I'm going to call up Tina. She was so sweet in high school, even though I pestered her and was such a
Why you
piece of
think
trash.
I was sweet? I was a monster. I set the school on fire.
And I thought that was cool. I thought this was one of those situations where you were sort of doing like one of those subversive activities where you were saying, you know what, if they're going to throw away our childhood and make us sit inside these walls, I'm going to burn it down and show them that none of this matters. It's like the same way that people burn books or whatever. They're like, none of these matter. These things don't matter. I think that's why people burn books.
I don't think that is why people
I'm pretty sure people have always burned books because they want to show you that books don't matter.
No, listen, I burned the school down because I like fire and I like watching things burn.
Yeah.
And it was as simple as that. And there was no further messaging. But since then, and even then, I was the most popular girl in school. I think you can agree. Because I was head of the school. I was
you were the principal.
Head. I was the.
They made you the principal. It was honestly,
I was the principal.
Honestly, when the student council vote was happening and you got up and everybody was like, "Oh, she's running for student body president for sure," and you said, "Hold the phone. I know everybody else is doing speeches to run for student body president. I'm running for principal," and then you pushed Principal Morris off the stage.
That's right.
And she threw her hands up, said, "You win."
That's right. And then I jumped down onto Principal Morris and I just gave her a little slap on the face just to make sure she knew that now the school was mine. And then I decided to burn the school down just because I like fire.
Yeah.
But still, I maintained my status. And this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about trying in your life. Okay. Can you hear my dog?
I can hear it loud and clear. It sounds like this dog needs so much from you.
This dog is fine. This dog is my ex-husband's dog. Okay. And he left her here with me. And so now it's just one happy family here. Okay. And she's doing fine. She loves the cage.
So it doesn't sound like she loves the cage is all I'm saying.
How do you live? How do you live? How are you living? How do you make a living?
I work 3 shifts at the hardware store. I lie to the government to get disability, and that's it. That's how I take that back. I don't lie to the government. I exaggerate a back issue, and it's not a lie. It's just I could probably get by without abusing the disability programs.
Felony, section C.19 of state law. You can't do that.
Section C.19 of state law.
C.19 of state law.
Okay, well, you know what? I won't do it no more. I won't do it anymore. How about that?
I don't think you should. I think you need to apply yourself, and I think you need to get your life back on track.
I do too. Honestly, Tina.
Well, what are your aspirations beyond working 3 shifts at the hardware store?
Aspirations? What's up with aspirations? Everybody seems like they got to have aspirations. I'll be honest with you, Tina. If every day I could wake up, have meal number 1, relax for a little while, meal number 2, relax for a little bit longer, meal number 3, so on and so forth till I hit about 6, 7, that's enough for me, okay? Go for a little walk here and there. You know what I mean? Say hello to the people that I love, all my neighbors.
You love your neighbors?
Oh, they're my best friends. I love them to death. What, you don't love your neighbors?
I don't even speak to my neighbors.
See,
I don't even know my neighbors.
Well, Tina,
and I don't. What?
I feel like you're getting so worked up. Okay, you're getting so worked up, but I just.
I'm hysterical.
No.
I'm hysterical.
Hey. No. This is not a situation where me, Brett DeMott, a narcissistic man, is telling a woman she's getting hysterical. That ain't what's happening here, okay, folks? Tina is rightfully upset.
Are there more? We'll find them. I don't care how much it costs.
Tina, I want even just one specific about these phone calls. You've said
okay,
yes.
That was specifically about snow chains for tires.
Okay, so that wasn't
and
about...
I said you have to go find some.
That wasn't about a Walmart case. That was just about snow chains.
Yes, it was, because where do you get your snow chains if you have a Walmart? You get them at Walmart.
That's true.
So that is very pertinent to my case right now, which is I'm representing Walmart in this case.
Okay.
And someone, I can't say who because of confidentiality, but someone is suing Walmart and saying that their snow chains were not available year round.
Okay.
And so I am having my assistant right now go to Walmart because it's July. Mm-hmm. Go to Walmart, see if there are snow chains, summer snow chains.
Okay.
And if they're not, then my case is busted wide open. And if they are, then I got a winning case.
Okay, so I usually hear the term busted wide open is in the positive, but you're using it in the negative here. You're saying if they don't have them, then the case is not is bad. It's busted wide open.
You don't understand. Did you go to law school at Harvard for 4 years? No.
Not even a little bit. And Tina, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that you did either. Okay? I didn't want to bring this up, but we've been Facebook friends since college.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that for the last...
All right, my bone broth is done. 1 second.
Okay, go get it. Go get your bone broth. Jesus. Did you get it?
I drank it.
You just drank a whole thing of bone broth?
Yes, I drank a whole thing of bone broth.
Jeez.
And what, so you're accusing me of not going to Harvard when I
Tina,
explicitly said I did?
Listen, Tina, I'm going to be honest with you, okay? I lie all the time to make myself seem cooler than I am, okay? I told my kids that I was the drummer in Linkin Park, okay? I told my kids that
I would believe that.
I know.
Why did they not think that that was true?
Because they went back and looked at videos and they came back with screenshots on their stupid little iPhones that I got them for their birthday. And they showed me screenshots of the drummer and they said, that ain't you, Dad. And I said, you don't know that ain't me. I look different when I was younger. And they were like, yeah, we do know how you look because we've seen the pictures that you have all over the house of you when you were a teenager that you sort of have as a shrine to your teenage years. And I say to him, we all had phases. And there was a phase where I was this guy, the drummer from Linkin Park. But they got me, okay? The point is, all I'm saying is, you can admit when you've been lying for a long time. You can come out and say, I've been lying for the longest time, and I finally now am comfortable with who I really am, okay? Tina, I thought...
Objection, speculation, sustained.
Okay, you can't be the judge too, okay?
Yes, in this Zoom call, I am the judge, jury, and the executioner.
Don't you dare. Tina, you ain't gonna kill me.
You want to see my degree? You want to see my degree? I'll show it to you.
I'd love to.
I just got it off the wall just now.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, hold it up in front of the camera. Don't put it too close. That's a picture. That is a landscape picture of a farmhouse or something. That was not...
Harvard degree.
That was not
class
a degree.
Now.
Tina, that picture...
With honors.
Tina, that picture had a sky and grass in it. That was a picture. Also, the people watching this, they can pause and go back and pause it so they can tell me exactly what's in there. Okay, I could say to everybody watching right now, I could say, everybody, hey, jump back a few minutes, go see what that
Who's
picture
watching
is.
this?
I
thought this was a personal phone call.
Well, it's personal with an audience. That's the whole thing about podcasting, Tina. You missed out on podcasts, I guess, by going to Harvard Law.
Yeah, I guess I did because I was studying all day long. You have no idea how many tests there are. Every day there's a test. And all different kinds of laws, too. Like, it's not just because laws change state to state. And then also you have to decide what kind of law you're practicing. Are you doing family law? Are you doing corporate law? Me, I'm a corporate lawyer, so I do businesses. Okay. But a lot of people do, there's rules for everything. And you do, like, a vet has to learn, even if they're just like, I'm just doing dogs and cats. Right. They still have to learn about the anatomy of all other animals.
What are you looking at right now? I'm
looking at my paper.
Okay.
Okay, there.
That was a blank sheet of paper, Tina.
It was not. There was something written at the top. And maybe your viewers will go back and read it. But there was something. They're not just blank.
It feels to me it's just like this is such an elaborate show. I'm just saying, Tina, we can just be...
You're the one with sparkle lights behind you. I'm putting on an elaborate show.
It's ambiance.
But you accuse me of being elaborate, and then look at this. You just draped twinkle lights.
Yeah.
You didn't even try to make a design out of them.
That's what I'm saying, Tina. It's the least elaborate and least showy thing that a person could do. It's literally the least a person could do to make their space look nicer. It is not an elaborate show. This is literally me saying, I need something to make my wall not pure cream. And then going on the internet and buying one string of lights and saying, that'll do. That adds a little bit of flavor, okay? I'm just saying, Tina, listen, I always had a soft spot for you in high school, okay? We both know that.
Oh, I know.
Constantly. A number of soft spots I had for you, okay?
Oh.
No, I don't mean it gross. Everybody knows I don't mean that gross. I just mean, I always thought you were misunderstood. You were this really popular kid who rebelled against their popularity by being so extreme and so counter to the narrative that everybody else told about him, okay? And I always thought that was so cool for you because, I was a punk rocker. You know what I mean?
I don't remember you as that.
What are you talking about? I used to spike out my hair. My hair used to be 3 or 4 times as long as it is right now. I used to spike it out with Elmer's glue. You remember I couldn't ride the bus because I couldn't get on?
I remember you couldn't get out of homeroom.
I know.
You could not. When we got into homeroom, you somehow managed to get into homeroom.
Yeah.
But when it was time to go to first period, you could not get out of homeroom.
Yeah, because I came through the big window out to the balcony. But when it came time to go out of there, the school landscapers had moved the ladder that I used to get up there, and I wasn't about to jump out the window. So I just sat in Miss Sharon's class for the whole day with these huge spiky hairs. Look, I'm just saying, Tina, I really just wanted to check in with you and make sure that you're still doing okay. And honestly,
I'm very well. Go ahead. I'm sorry to always interrupt.
No, I want you to interrupt. I want to know how you're really doing, Tina. This show is about breaking down the boundaries, okay? It's about taking what we think is true about people. Okay, you put your glasses on. That to me tells me that you ain't gonna have any kind of even remotely real conversation anymore. This is like complete lawyer mode here.
This is the opposite. I put my glasses on when I want to go deeper, when I want to look deeper,
okay.
When I want to be looked into deeper. These are my research glasses.
Okay.
So the messaging that you're getting from me putting my glasses on is extremely false and incorrect, and I will sue you.
Don't, please, Tina. I'll be honest with you, Tina. You want some reality? If you sued me for everything that I'm worth, you'd be getting the lint in my pockets. That's about it. I couldn't give you anything.
That's worth it to me. Because guess what? Then I'll make a tiny little doll out of it.
Now, hold on.
And then every night, what?
What's up with all this stuff with people making little dolls out of stuff? Some kid asked me about how tall my dad was before, which I think has something to do with trying to make a weird little doll that he's going to hurt me or my dad with. And now you're talking about making a doll out of my pocket lint.
I'm just saying I'll have a doll that I would like to just have in my room. I have a doll collection. I would like to add it to that collection. I'm just saying that the lint in your pockets is worth something to me. Okay. So even if you say you have no money, I'm still saying there's something worth it. There's something in it for me. And as a lawyer, I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. Hey, are you okay?
You're being so sweet to your dog right now. You're being so sweet to your dog. You couldn't be that sweet to me in this conversation?
Look at how she's sitting.
I can't. Oh, I'm moving it up. That's a beautiful animal you got there, Tina. Honestly, I feel like we could have connected on how cute your dog is out of the gate.
Because I would have hated you for saying that.
Tina, I wish that there was just some way some phrase that I could say that would diffuse the situation right now so that I could hang up on this phone call feeling like this wasn't going to be a conversation that I thought about literally until the day that I'm in my grave. Because...
Well, what do your listeners say? Maybe they know some secret phrase that will neutralize me.
I mean, does anybody out here know some kind of secret phrase that I could say to Tina right now that would diffuse the situation? Okay. Guilty. I'm guilty, Your Honor.
I love you.
Hold on a second. Tina.
I told you. I just woke up from a dream. What happened?
You just told me that you love me, okay? And listen, I get it. A lot of times ladies meet me, and at first they're off-put, and then I say something really nice, and they say that they love me almost immediately. It happens to me constantly, okay? It happens to me constantly. And I just want you to know that happily married man. I'm a happily married man who just so happens to have a wife who's living in Pittsburgh indefinitely while we do a trial separation, okay? And I just want to tell you that if we ever talk again, I feel like we should start from a place of just, basic conversation about what we've been doing, okay? Tina, are you okay, Tina?
I don't know if you saw, but my ex-husband just came in and took the dog.
What?
My ex-husband just came in and took the dog.
While we were
Ted
talking?
Barstool, yes, he just came in and he took the dog. I'm not a a lawyer.
I know. I could tell that the minute you started talking, Tina. Listen, you can go. Why don't you go run after him? Get your dog back. Sounded like your dog really wanted you and really needed you. So why don't you just run off and grab your dog back from your ex-husband, okay? This Barstool guy, everybody knows he's a piece of shit, okay? Everybody knows he's a piece of shit. And Tina, if I was there right now, I'd punch him in his face, okay? I'd punch him in his face, I'd take your dog right back from him, and I'd say, sir, fuck you. Just right into his face. I'd say, sir, fuck you, sir, for taking her dog that obviously loves her so much, was whining because she wasn't looking at him. Okay? It's very obvious that that dog loves you. Okay? It was whining because it wanted your attention. Okay? And same way in high school, all I did was whine because all I wanted was your attention. Okay? I was annoying as shit in high school. Everybody knows that. Okay? But it was just because I wanted some attention from some people who I thought were cool. Okay? And the day that you burned down the high school, okay, when the cops came to question you, okay, I was standing 10 feet away listening to everything you said, and my heart was just thumping, Tina. Honestly, we saw eye to eye the whole time, and I just didn't know how to communicate with you, okay? That's all it was. What?
I just confessed to you that I'm not a lawyer, and that's true. I'm a doctor.
Okay.
And I diagnosed this as a missed connection.
Okay. First of all, Tina, you don't replace lawyer with doctor as a job, I'm
not replacing. I'm a doctor. Call anybody.
Who can I call to check on your credentials? What med school did you go to?
Call anybody.
What
Jennifer School.
You went to Jennifer School.
Jennifer School. It's in Tucson.
Okay. I don't think Jennifer School does doctor. Okay. I know about Jennifer School. Okay. Jennifer School is a school for clothing design and other sorts of handcrafted arts. Okay,
it's a surgery school. It's a surgery school where you learn doctors and surgeries.
Surgery on clothes and clay and paint. Okay, it's an art school. I know about Jennifer School. Okay, I know about it. Did you go to art school? Be real with me, Tina. Okay.
Yeah, I did. I'm an artist.
Okay, I could almost believe this. Is the thing that you showed me
of being a doctor. I'm an artist of being a doctor.
Tina,
what?
I feel like you just can't be real with me, and it's killing me. I just want to know how you've been. Honestly, the whole thing.
Okay,
with this
I've been
show,
okay. I've been okay.
Finally, honestly, if we had just had that moment happen 25 minutes ago, we wouldn't have gone down these roads. I just wanted to hear you say that you're okay. Okay, I've been thinking about you all the time. You know, I've been thinking about you all the time. I just want to know that you're okay. Okay? You meant a lot to me in high school, and I just want to make sure that you're doing okay, okay? Because I'm also doing okay. Despite what things may seem like. And don't go back and watch the last few episodes of the show. Just take my word for it. I'm doing okay. Just know that. I'm doing good. So we don't have to worry about me at all. Nobody has to worry about me even a little bit. I'm doing fine. I'm happy. BB's going to come back with the kids any day now, okay? It's going to be fine. We're going to be fine, and I'm going to be fine, and we're all going to be fine. And the world is going to keep spinning around. You don't have to fake phone calls anymore, Tina.
Give them 3 doses of the CCs.
Okay. CCs are the doses. You don't give them doses. Listen, I'm stupid, but even I know this stuff, okay, Tina? Listen. Tina, I'll be honest, Tina.
What?
I just don't feel like we're going to get anywhere in sort of in terms of reconnecting or getting to the bottom of any of this. But I would love for at some point in the future for you to come back on and us to have a real conversation. You know, take some time to yourself. Decide who you really are.
I have decided. I decided.
You changed it 3 times in the last 25 minutes.
I have not. I've changed nothing. I've always been upfront. I've always said things that are happening as they're happening, and I've always explained everything.
I mean,
and I'm not going to apologize.
If that's the way that you feel, then I will accept it and allow you to continue living with that feeling. Okay? I accept that I can't change you, Tina. No matter how much I want to right now. I accept that I can't change you. And despite everything, this was a wonderful conversation. It's great to see that you're still alive. You know, I thought for a while maybe the Facebook updates were fake, and somebody was just goofing on me because you just posted pictures and you didn't put any captions, and I thought maybe you had died and somebody was just...
A picture is worth 1,000 words. Every artist knows.
I know that. You said that as you were taking a picture of a burning school. You said that. That's one of the things I overheard you say. You said picture's worth 1,000 words.
And that's right. And every single one of those 1,000 words for that picture is fire.
Exactly. Fire, 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 fire. I could go on, but I will not.
I wish you would. Okay.
Tina, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, Brett. I really loved this.
It was truly it was so fun catching up, even if you know it was chaos out of the gate. Folks, I hope you all enjoyed this chat with Tina. Tina, I'm going to let you go here.
Hi, everybody. This was a real pleasure. Thank you.
I'm glad you think so, Tina, and I'm glad that we at least had a moment at the end where we both seemed to start to understand each other. And
okay, Brett, love you.
Okay, hold on. You can't say that to a married man, Tina. Okay, you can't say that. I have platonic care for you. How about that?
That feels so nice.
I agree. I think it does feel really nice. And I could tell by the way that you're looking right now that you think that you actually feel the way that you're talking.
Yeah, I love it.
Yep, exactly. This is exactly how my wife talks to me when she is telling the truth. So, Tina, it was so good chatting with you. Hopefully at some point in the future we can catch up again and have a real conversation about what you've been up to.
Be great.
But it was great to break the ice here with you. And thank you so much for being on How You Been. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Have a good one now, Tina.
Oh, 2 more.
Okay. Folks, honestly, you get it. I don't know. 2 more what? I got no clue. I got no freaking clue anymore, okay? But, you know, let that talk be a lesson to everybody here, okay? You can be exactly who you are, folks. Don't ever let anybody tell you different, okay? Despite what this world tries to do to you every single day, okay? Despite what the magazines and the news and all the people around you, your neighbors in your HOA, despite what they say about you, it ain't true. You are exactly who you say you are, and you just have to be comfortable and honest with yourself, okay? 100% all the time. That's the parting shot for tonight, folks. That's the parting shot. As always, you know, I like to compensate people who come on the show for their time. So if anybody can spare a couple bucks, there's a button to donate down below. Click on there. Even if you can just throw $1 in the pot, that dollar will go directly to Tina and making sure that she can actually maybe go to law school or med school or something in the future. But if, you know, it really doesn't matter. If you can't afford it, it's totally fine. But, you know, if you got a couple bucks, it'd be great to throw it down there in the pot. I'd really appreciate it. She'd really appreciate it. We'd all really appreciate it, folks. Because this show runs on the time and care of the people that come on it. Did that make any sense? I don't know. But yeah, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. I mean, geez, what a time we had. It was a chaotic road with Tina. You know, we didn't really get into. I did ask her to prom a few times in high school. I wore out my welcome, as a lot of people would say, but I did my best. I wish I had apologized to her directly for being such a pest to her in high school, but maybe next time she comes on the show, we'll get around to that apology. But yeah, so we'll be back next week at 3 o'clock Pacific time, and I base the time of this show on the Pacific time because I love the beach, and I'm always in Cali in my mind, folks. I actually live on the East Coast, but I base the timing of this show on the West Coast. So don't ask me questions about why I do Pacific time. Now you know the answer, and that's just the way it's always going to be. Thank you all so much for watching, though. I hope that you have a absolutely wonderful day, a wonderful rest of your week. Next week, if you want to send an email to howyoubeen@gmail.com, we'll get to a couple more viewer-submitted questions. And we got a great guest next week. Stick around, or stay tuned to Twitter to see who the guest is. It'll be announced on Friday. The guy who produces this show, @It's John Mackey. You can go and follow him on Twitter, and he'll announce who the guest on the show is going to be on Friday. But it's going to be exciting, and it's going to be good, folks. So I hope I see you next Tuesday. And I appreciate you being here today. Again, if you can throw a couple bucks in the hat down below, that'd be great. That would go straight to Tina and her law school fund. And please follow here, subscribe here. The more subscribers we get, the more fun we'll have. So if you're not doing it yet, go ahead and give it a shot. Folks, have a wonderful day. And until next time, I ain't going to say it like that. That ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. I'm just going to say this. Catch you on the flip side, folks. And we're actually going to end the stream this time. We ain't going to let it run for 45 minutes. But yeah. All right, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope to see you next week. This has been How You Been with Brett DeMott. Come on.